how many tripod videos can any one person watch? I mean, really. But it turns out you kind of can watch a lot. And that's because there's so many different tripods these days. Back when I was a kid, tripods were like two options. Either it worked or it didn't. That's basically it. Either weighed a ton and was really stable, or it was something you bought at Kmart and it fell apart as soon as you touched it, you know, sideways. It was like terrible. But these days, there's so much innovation in the tripod space that, frankly, when SmallRig reached out and said, hey, would you do a video on this TRIBEX SE tripod? I thought, well, you know, it's different. This is not like anything else I've done a video on before, so why not? Let's do this. So this you have seen before. If you're on YouTube at all, you have seen the TRIBEX tripod done in collaboration with PhotoJoseph. This is the new version, the smaller, lighter, less expensive version. And what sets this tripod apart, y'all seen this before, it's the really cool clutch system where I can release this handle to get out of the way, pull that out so that it's now fully released, and now to extend the legs, all I gotta do is squeeze. That's it. It's so cool how easy it is to set this up. And you can see I've done this on stairs, and that's intentional because part of the idea here is it's really easy to set up on any kind of terrain. So let's, let's go over here. So say I'm over here, let's collapse the legs, start over again. By the way, flipping it upside down, nice way to collapse them real quick. Don't know if I do that with the camera on though, but there you go. So I'm on a good hill here. This is definitely weird terrain. Let's just drop it. Boom. And that's it. Now, no one uses a tripod without a camera, so let me put a camera in here and we'll do the rest of this video with the camera in place. Hold on. This is currently my favorite camera to shoot with. It's the Lumix S1 II. It's rigged out. I've got a SmallRig V-mount battery on the back here, and this is ready to go. It is a little heavy though. This is weighing about 4 kilos, but this head can handle 6. So no problem there. Let's just mount that on. Heard it click into place. We'll lock that in. If I want to get down low, we'll just squeeze that handle. Let's get down to the ground here. Maybe I want a ground shot. Now we're in place for the low shot. You get your low shot, you're ready to stand back up again. Real quick, just grab your camera, squeeze that handle, lift that all up, maybe give it a little shake, and you're good to go. So it really is easy to adjust the height on this. Now you've seen the demos of all that many, many times before, so let's move on to a few other things about this tripod. This head is a counterbalanced head. Now it's not adjustable, but it works great with a camera of this size. You can see it's just barely moving there, which is kind of what you want. I mean, you're never going to get it perfectly balanced, but having that so that as you tilt it, if it's going anywhere, it's going very, very slowly is great. On a non-adjustable counterbalance head, that's about the best you're going to get out of it. But what this does mean is that the head's not going to suddenly fall over on you if you let go of it. So that counterbalancing seems to work out quite well on here. Another thing that I really like about this head is the handle here. So this handle is adjustable. You can make it longer or shorter, and what that means, if you have a nice long handle, that you can get good, smooth, easy pans, whereas if you shorten it up a little bit, then that might be better for quicker movement. So holding down that tripod, doing some quick movements, let's loosen that up a bit. So if you want those long, slow movements, having that long handle is really, really an advantage. In fact, let's just see real quick how smooth it is. One of the problems with panning heads is quite often when you start to move, you'll see a jump in your footage. So if you're rolling and the camera's stopped, the camera's locked, and then you just start to move it, you'll see a little jump as it goes. So let's find out how good this is. I'm gonna switch up the camera position and we're gonna test this out. And Adnan's gonna mute his phone. All right, I've got the camera set up in a nice level shot here. We got a nice wide panorama here, and I just wanna move the camera and see if we get that jump. So let's start rolling on the recorder. And now I'm just gonna start a really nice smooth move. Very nice, very smooth. I'll come to a stop and it stops. Let's go the other way. No jumps, no bumps. That's fantastic. I think we're getting some really nice smooth movement in there. We are not seeing a jump that tends to happen with a lot of video heads that just aren't very well made. So that right there tells us that we've got something good here. All right. You'll notice that it's a little cold out here. It is winter, it is just barely above freezing. And one of the features of this tripod is actually the coating that's on the legs is so that you don't get really cold hands with it. Now, I've got gloves, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna take off the gloves and see what this is like. And you know, it actually feels really good. It is not crazy cold. That's awesome. So this coating on here really is making a difference in how cold this feels to the touch. So I like that. That's great. I'm still gonna put my gloves back on though. So we've all seen that basically every tripod under the sun does this, where you can pull out the little lever there and then lift the leg way out. And generally this is designed for getting the camera really close to the ground. Cool, this does that, great. The center column, it's removable, it's invertible. You can take off this part of the center column so that it goes real close to the ground. Great, you've seen all that before. I just thought I'd try something a little bit different here, a little bit silly, a little bit funny. Let's say here I am in front of this tree that I need the camera like right here. And I don't feel good about putting the legs here. The whole thing might fall down. So let's see what I can do. Just for fun. Let's extend that out, pop out one of these legs. And let's pop that on the tree like so. There we go. There we go. Now that's the shot. That's the tripod setup the way I want it to be. I mean, that's a little bit silly. Here, let's straighten it out. Squeeze the handles, get that leveled out, and there we go. Cool. I mean, not too shabby, right? I like it. It's kind of fun. Let's see, is there a shot in here I should get while I'm here? Let's just roll some footage. Man, it is cold out here. It's too bad it's not a nice, pretty day. This would be prettier footage, but this is what you get. Since we're set up here, let's take a look at a couple other little details on this tripod. So first of all, you have the handle that we talked about here, the retractable handle. This can be swapped to either side, so just unscrew this, screw it into that side. So if you want a left-handed pan, you've got that. It has a couple of mounting points. So one of them is down here. It's a 1/4-20 with anti-twist pins. So you can mount an arm there, a magic arm, to have a light or a monitor or whatever you want on there. And then there's a second one as well on this side, another 1/4-20, also with the anti-twist pins. So what this means to us is that we can have one that's mounted on the head that moves with the camera, and we can have one that's mounted on the legs that doesn't move with the camera. One other little tool I want to show you, on here there is an Allen key tucked away. So if we pull this guy out of there, it's a little mini baby guy. This will fit into the column here for removing this. So if you do need to remove that center column, then you would use that tool to do it. I also want to show you the mounting plate on here, the quick release plate. Let me loosen this and pop it off. And you can see here that obviously it's a quick release, but it's a dual style. You have your standard style and also the RS2, RS3 DJI style plate. So if you're regularly shooting with a gimbal, you can just switch the style there, and then now we can pop that plate back on for whatever you currently have, lock it in, and you're good to go. Also over here, you have the spirit level, as you would expect to find on any good tripod. Other tiny little details down here on the bottom of the post, you have a hook. This is for hanging your camera bag, not just to keep it out of the dirt, but to add weight to the camera, adding stability. On this quick release handle, or the clutch as they call it, there's a couple of little details. If you push this button, this now collapses out of the way. That's for storage or carrying, but also just to get it out of the way when you're shooting. So if having this up here is bugging you, you can just push that and drop it down. The handle here also collapses. So if I twist this little guy here, like so, that flattens out, so now it just keeps it a little bit more compact. And again, to release it back into place, all I have to do is lift it out like so. So push, push, and you're ready to go. Another neat thing about this is while it's down, I can still squeeze the clutch and adjust the height while this is in its closed position. So this doesn't have to be open. So if you've got it down there and just need to make a quick adjustment, you can totally do that without having to raise this up first. The last thing I want to show you is the maximum height of the tripod. This is its lowest position without spreading the legs out and taking out the center column, but let's see maximum height. So I grab that handle and lift her on up. There we go. And then we'll take the center column here and lift that up all the way. A little heavy with this rig on here, but off we go. And there we have it. So our maximum height is eye level. I'm like 5'10"-ish. What is that, 1.7 something meters? I don't know, we'll put it down here. But this is my height, this is the height. We'll put the specs of the actual height. But yeah, I mean, this is good. It's higher than I would normally put it in, because now it's too hard for me to see up there. So no, I think the overall maximum height is good. So what do I think of this? Well, the whole quick release system, the leg system, is really, really interesting. I do love how quickly and easily you can extend the tripod and set it up. I honestly feel like this might be the tripod that we end up using when shooting around the city, because it's a good balance of size and weight, right? This isn't the biggest tripod I got, and it certainly isn't the smallest. It's not the heaviest, it's not the lightest. but it is really easy and quick to set up, and I do like that. There's a lot of places where we're shooting, where we're on hills like you saw today, where we're on slopes, and you know, if you're trying to adjust one leg at a time, that can definitely get tedious, but I love that I can just squeeze the handle, get it into place, and there she goes. So, no, I think this is a really cool and clever system. I never used the bigger one, the original one, so this is my first experience with it, and I gotta say, I'm digging it. I like it a lot.